my goal today is to get the information I need to help put together a business plan.
Okay.
Like a complete plan. So not just like what are the costs going to be for the website, to have the features that you want, but how are we going to monetize each feature, and just like put together some real numbers. And I'll show you, I've already kind of started working on a tentative thing for you, but I want to get some numbers from you too. So actually, that brings up a good point. Let me answer that question right now. I looked up online on Mondo Times. It said, let's just take the paper that we were just looking at, the
Right.
Benton Review as an example. I think I saw 2,500 as your print circulation. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said last time. So the website, I'm not sure if you have those stats, like what kind of page views you're getting each month.
Mm-hmm.
You happen to have those?
Oh, I do not.
Yeah, but we look at the site as it is now. It's not really updated. So whatever it is, I don't think we want to really use that number.
Right.
I think a pretty reasonable estimate, if we're updating the website every week for you and keeping it current with all the HTML content, I think we could expect most of the print circulation to look at the website once a week. So I would say you're going to get at least like 10,000 page views. That's like a pretty minimal number of page views. I'm sure it'll be higher. So I'm just going to try to put some numbers out there, and you'll see that I'm going to put it into a business plan in a minute here. But let's just continue on here. How we help. So this is the first thing that we're going to be doing today. We're developing a strategy for monetizing online content. That's the first step. And then we build the website around that. Okay. What do we want to do? So your print edition costs what for a single edition?
You mean the full printing of everything and
No, I mean like for a person to buy like a single issue print.
Oh, it costs 75 cents.
75 cents. Okay, great. So that's a good starting point. So that we're going to use that for pricing the online subscriptions. I would say you could probably charge $5 a month, auto renewing for the website. Okay, that's a little bit more than paying the print edition, but they get access to all the archives instantly. There's a lot more convenience that comes from the website. Okay, so that would be like just a quick proposal that I would throw out there. $5 a month or $4.99 a month, auto renewing, just like your Netflix subscription.
Right. Sure.
Okay, and we put that out there. That we can as we get to the business plan, we're going to calculate what is the projected revenue for that. But I want to continue on. The second thing that we're going to do is look at the digital revenue opportunities and just decide on 2 or 3 that we want to pursue and put some hard numbers on them. Just say, what are we going to sell this for? What's the CPM? And then, again, look at those page views a month and then come up with some numbers. Just, and these are not like things that we're necessarily that we can obviously guarantee, but I mean, we're just kind of
need to try to
making a estimate. What's that?
Try to put down a baseline where we can start from. So
exactly right, and then work from there. So then the last thing, or the third thing, is to build the website around the revenue strategy. So we put the ads in place. We put house ads up there that say, advertise the price. So it makes it really easy for advertisers to come in there. The digital, we just make it really easy for people to sign up for an online subscription. And then, going forward, we're helping support the website. So we're doing all the maintenance on the website for you. So you don't even have to think about that. And if you do the full service, we're populating the content for you every week. So that's an ongoing thing that we would do for you. You could always take that over if you wanted to update the website more in real time. But with our strategy, as I'll explain in a minute, we just take the print edition every week and put all the stories up at once, okay? And you send a newsletter to every subscriber on your list, and that's part of the business strategy too. Circulation of 2,500, you got to be able to get at least 2,000 of those people to give you an email for a free newsletter.
Right.
Okay? Then we're marketing to the print subscribers every week, and it's all automated because we extract the content and then we send the newsletter out, and the website's completely updated. It works completely seamlessly. You don't have to do a thing with this process. And so that's why I want to really hone in on monetization strategy, full service digital publishing. That's the PDF extraction. This is basically the model that 90% of our customers follow.
Right.
This is what everyone kind of is gravitating towards over time. Some people, knew that this was the model earlier, so they've been with us for 10 years and they've been doing it this way. But even the free online publications that are free in print are starting to charge to follow this process. So the second thing, obviously, is a paywall. I mean, you're a paid print subscription, so you have to charge. I would say, a metered paywall or a hard paywall is the way to go.
Right.
You can give a couple stories away a month just to give people a sample. I think that makes a lot of sense. But then anything beyond 4 articles, they pay. It's just $4.99 a month. Really affordable. You can cancel at any time, but then it auto renews.
Right.
Of course, like anyone that's not doing auto renewal at this point, I don't get it because it's been accepted by our culture.
Right. Absolutely.
Everyone does it. Netflix, they are the gold standard, so we can do it too. Then we just do on-site promotions, just have a nice big button, subscribe here, and we help you just come up with ideas, things that we're seeing at other customers,
Right.
papers that are working. This is what we do. We look at the hundreds of papers we work with, and we do little case studies on them, and we're learning from them all. And then we share those tips with people. But we would help you do that during the setup. The prototype, I don't know if it has the subscribe button on it, but we could, get one on very easily to show you. And then the newsletter marketing. I mean, this is just like a no-brainer. We've got, I assume, 2,000 emails on this list. Send it to them every week, and then occasionally send the non-subscribers a promotion, a coupon, right? First month, 99 cents. That's what the New York Times does. New York Times, I think Washington Post, they all do like a week for $1 or something, just to get you hooked. So, yeah, we should be doing all those things too. Okay, so any questions on the?
Let me ask you a question. On the newsletter, can it be sponsored by an advertiser?
Yes, that's another opportunity that I've laid out in your proposal already. Okay, you very simply go to the advertiser and say, look, I got 2,000 people on this newsletter. That's worth, what did I estimated? I'll show you this in a minute. $50 CPM is what I would. That's worth. So that's $125 a month. If you do one every week. I'll check the numbers, but yeah, you see what you're already thinking ahead. So that's exactly where I'm going. Okay, great. So I just want to keep going with this because this presentation just outlines the whole strategy. So here's the full service. Okay, this is a little more on this. I've already explained it, but just I like to outline it in these 3 steps. You send us the paper, and you're actually done at that step. Okay, then our software deconstructs the PDF. So it's pulling out the quality of the images that are embedded in the PDF. So we get the print quality to come through on the website. We extract all the text and connect the jumps, and then turn them into full HTML articles. Okay, and then the ads we can extract too. That's a revenue opportunity I didn't even think about in your proposal, but that's another easy, really low-hanging fruit.
Right.
Just upsell your print advertisers. A couple, I don't know. You can come up with some fraction, like 10% of what the print insert is pretty common.
Right.
5%. Just make it a forced upsell and just say you're on the website now, but they can opt out of it if they want. But just make it an auto opt-in.
Right.
Kind of like the auto renewals. Okay, so then, yeah, that's the extraction process. Any questions on that? Here's your digital revenue opportunities beyond subscriptions. Okay, this is all the subscriptions is there, but the rest of them are basically advertising opportunities. And I would say just look at this list and pick like 3 things that you think will work for your advertisers that you think they'd like. Don't you don't have to do them all, at first. I think banner web advertising is a great one to start with. Just like,
Mhm.
either run through our process, we'll extract the ad from print. So they're going to all be different dimensions, and we basically run them in a column on the right.
Okay.
Okay. You can run leaderboard ads, any IAB standard ad you can run on the site. And, I would just say, again, we'll go through this in the business proposal, but just decide on a CPM for that position, and then just price it out that way. A couple other things I just want to tell you in passing. We won't get into these because there's a lot to them right now. Unless you want, we can look at a demo. But audio articles is a really exciting thing. Audio articles and ads, because there's a built-in revenue opportunity here. We're basically turning every text article into an audio stream. So you can listen to the story. There's a audio player right on the article. You hit play, and it can read a sponsorship off for you. It's amazing.
Really?
It's completely automated though. Yeah, it uses this like neural net to sound more realistic. It's some pretty high tech stuff. And then it reads the audio article off right after the ad. So it's like an automated podcast. It's the coolest
Okay.
thing. So yeah, there's a revenue opportunity there, very strong, because then an advertiser can stand out above all else if they're doing something like this. That's totally innovative. I don't know if there's any interest in video and video ads, but we got a whole player where you can just put your pre-rolls right into your content on the site.
Okay.
So you got a football game that you recorded on your smartphone, right? Or a basketball game. You're going to these games taking pictures, right? If you took a video, then you could put an advertiser's YouTube video, just like basically stitch them together with our player.
Right. Okay.
And then it plays off their ad. But I don't want to push you in any one direction. I'm just excited about those things. Any one of these things, you already mentioned newsletter sponsorship, so we could talk more about that. Anything else here interest you?
Well, I'm always like to be on the cutting edge of stuff, and use new and different things, like the audio articles. With that, if somebody goes to an article, on the website to the page, is there like an option for them to read it or to listen to it?
Oh yeah. Let me just show you this thing. Let's take a quick side
All right.
trip here. Yeah, this is exciting. You can definitely read the article still. It's all there. But this is what it looks like. And let me just play it so you can hear it.
Audio articles are brought to you by our hometown web publishing.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Ring in the new year with audio articles.
Okay, so it reads the headline. It just read the ad.
A constantly changing world requires a constantly changing media platform. Today, news and media are consumed in ways that even just 10 years ago were unheard of.
Yep.
So listen to that voice, though. It's crazy. Like, there's two settings. It's really cool where we can turn on and off the machine learning algorithm. And one sounds like still kind of like a robot, but this one sounds like a real person. You can turn on like breaths between sentences. I mean, it gets really realistic. And it's obviously super clear. That's the most important part. You can understand her, even if you know it's not a person. It's okay. The cool thing is, and I'll tell you about this more in a minute, is we've got this team of engineers that can modify these plugins. So we have really rapid feature development here. That's actually pretty much the next slide. So just to jump back on track here, some background, our content management system is WordPress. You are on OneUp right now, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so it would just be a new CMS, whole new backend. Have you ever used WordPress by any chance for a blog or anything like that?
Not that I know of, we haven't, no.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, basically it's, it used to be a blogging platform. We've customized it for newspapers. You do the whole setup. We pretty much already set up your prototype, but then there's customization there, and we do training. So it's really a whole white glove setup.
Yeah.
The fact that it's open source software, I always like to point this out, as opposed to proprietary, which OneUp is, Town News, all the other competitors are proprietary. Basically, this allows for rapid feature development, because if you come to us and say, I need to be able to have a shopping cart on my website so I can sell multiple products.
Right.
We can go out there and find a plugin and install it for you.
Okay.
It's done. It's like really quick. So we're not restricted to our internal resources.
Good.
The intuitive interface, it's easy to learn. WordPress was designed for bloggers so that anyone could literally publish a website.
Yeah.
And then it's also got customizable themes. We would go over this in the training, but you can rearrange the whole homepage just through drag and drop. Yeah. So it's like you're a web designer without knowing any code. Then all the plugins needed to monetize the site are included in your monthly fee. So okay. What I'm trying to get to is, figuring out what are the features that we need, then we enable those plugins. Now then I come up with a fixed monthly rate.
Right.
Basically that covers everything. And then, on the other side, we're monetizing all these individual features. So switch to a live demo. I thought, we could maybe talk a little bit about your prototype at this point. This is just our, initial prototype. It's like our go-to look. But if there's sites that you like, that you want to kind of mimic, we can definitely, implement that feedback.
Right.
And, we would just go through this process for all your sites one at a time. If you want them all similar looking, some groups like to do that. And we would link them all together. But
so the main photo on there, that's a slideshow then, right? On that, yes, okay.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So you see the portrait images work really well. That's a recent thing that a customer just told us. The portrait ones, they're not displaying well. So we were able to modify that plugin, make it work with the borders. So and this is literally what the website is going to do every week, is just magically update after you send us the PDF.
Right.
You don't even have to touch it. And now you're just running the credit card, okay, for the paywall. Because we're not going to give away anything. You always have the option to give away, specific stories you want, like in the public interest. But we've got your social feeds on here. I mean, we basically just looked at your website and kind of said, okay, these are all the things he has. Let's move those over, and then let's do all this other stuff too. So, okay, so that's your prototype.
We could customize a logo for that, couldn't we, for that spot?
So, yes, there's a couple ways we can do that. Right, that's the featured image that's displayed on the home page.
Right.
So we can make sure that we get the right image in there. Yeah, for sure. By default, if there's no image on the story, it's going to use the logo. That's
okay. That's fine. Okay. So
that's just so there's no a blank space or something like that.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the kind of tweaking that we would do. All as part of the setup. But you can have more or less teasers in each section. I mean, we can really customize it. But this is just kind of our technician's first pass. Usually people like this kind of look.
Here's just one page, right? Just like an opening page for this.
This is just your home page, exactly. And then we've got category pages that you can dive into. So this is like what a category page. It's just a list, an endless list, basically.
Right. Okay.
So that's just we're gonna store your archives. Were you the one that said it's only the current news? Because you're basically, you have a Facebook stream,
right,
on the current site. So we would. That's a big selling point for the archives, I think. The unlimited access to all the archives. So we can move over your PDF archive so that we have something right from the beginning.
Right.
But then we're going to build your HTML archives.
Okay.
Over time.
So by having this, we really wouldn't need our Facebook feed then, would we?
No, and I would say, let's stop posting the articles on Facebook, because then it's just
not really posting articles. It's just tiny things like, we'll put up a lot of photo albums from basketball games that we've just did.
Oh, right, yeah, because
it's we may do a few articles here and there, but they also go into the printed product too. Or it's like the other day I posted one about some candidate. I just gave like like 3 lines about him filing. I said read more about Mr. Woolley in next week's edition of the paper. So
that's
kind of
great.
Right.
That's perfect. Now, what we want to do is keep doing that, but actually, I mean, ideally, we would post it on the website as an article,
right,
and then post a link to the article on Facebook, so that we're getting that traffic too.
Absolutely, yes. Okay.
You're right.
Still have both platforms and have them kind of promote each other on both ends.
Exactly. Yeah. We can send people to the Facebook page from the website. I think that's a good idea because then they'll follow the page. And when people are on Facebook 90% of the day, some people, they're going to see your stories there, and that's okay, but because it's going to your website.
Right.
And then they're hitting the paywall, right?
What's that?
And eventually, well, then the non-subscribers are hitting the paywall every time they're coming from Facebook.
Right.
Or they hit the meter, right? Then they exhaust the meter, and then eventually some of them are going to convert to paying subscribers. So it's using Facebook for marketing, not really for like your primary posting.
Right.
Yeah, we can talk about the strategy for that. It's probably the easiest way to do it is just to basically outsource to a third party like SmugMug.
Right.
They'll do all the fulfillment of the sale. You upload to them, and then they handle transferring the files and all that.
Right.
And then they collect the payment too. But maybe there's some way we could do it with a customized form on the site. We could definitely talk about that.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Good.
Yeah. I love it. And the other thing to think about is, over time, you can just post less and less on Facebook.
Right.
Because it's part of the game. It's like the attention economy. Like we could put the max photos on Facebook, but why not have them spend that time on our website?
Right.
So over time, you only put like a couple, but you've got you use Facebook for marketing completely at that point, and then not even consuming any of the content there except for the first photo or so.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. All right. So anything else on the prototype? I mean, real quick, here's the eEdition. I love showing this off. It looks super clear, and you can zoom way in 200%, and it's just like print quality. I can zoom out.
Yep.
So your print replica. When you're doing extraction, this is only when you're doing the extraction. If you were posting the stories yourself, it wouldn't work automatically. But we're connecting the HTML to the PDF article.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. You can zoom in and get this HTML version in the middle where you can blow up the text.
Sure.
Also, all the ads are interactive in that way because assuming we did the ad extraction, they usually do. Okay, there you go. There's your interactive ad. We can actually switch it. Well, it may even be switched on where if the advertiser has a website in their graphic, it'll automatically go to the website.
Go the hot link to the website then. Okay.
Right. They click on the PDF version of the paper and it goes right to the website. It doesn't have this intermediate step. But if they don't have a website, we got to show them something. So this is
right. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of value there to your print advertisers and people that
all the ads like on that particular page jump up to a PDF. Then, like you just showed me there. Good.
At a minimum, they will. Yeah.
All right. Good.
So some of them will go right to the website, I believe. Okay, cool. So that's your PDF edition. I think that's, there's a couple other features in there. Feel free to play around with it. I'll send you the link to the prototype when we're done here. And I can send you a login too, so that you can log in the back end and see the dashboard and just start to play around with it. I mean, it's really intuitive. One thing that you want to note, you just like if you want to post an article, you're going to go to articles, not posts. I think that actually doesn't display on your logins. So I'm in as an admin.
So what happened? Let's say okay, we get this week's issue. Okay.
Right.
And let's say on Saturday some big breaking news happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So what? A way of us being able to put like a banner across, like CNN does,
Oh yeah.
Breaking news type thing.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see if I can even demonstrate it right now. If you go to articles, you just go in here, choose the article, go to edit, and just check a box for breaking news.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super easy. Breaking story. So if this is a breaking story, it doesn't exist in the print, so you'd have to write it on the website. But that's easy as just clicking Add New and getting a blank slate. Okay, and you just type the story in there, put your headline in, update. Let's see if this worked. Sometimes I got to do some CSS thing to get it to display. Yeah, it's just going to be a red banner with the headline right there, so you can click on it.
Yeah.
And that shows for 24 hours automatically. It just automatically comes down.
So it automatically comes down after 24 hours?
It comes down, but then, then you can just post it again.
Okay. All right.
We just, especially with these things where you're just kind of letting it run on autopilot most of the time, because we're doing the extraction, we think it's better to have that as the default.
Right. That's fine.
So, yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right. Glad you have those questions. I'm sure you'll have a lot more once you get in here, start digging around, but hopefully it's pretty self-explanatory.
Right.
You got all the different features. You can look at your newsletter and all that. But let me just finish this up because there's a couple other things I wanted to point out. Here's real quick just showing, everything is mobile responsive. So here's your PDF edition. It translates to the HTML on the website, and then it also translates to the mobile version.
Okay, great. Yes.
So it looks perfect on mobile. You don't have to worry about two different websites or anything. It's always so. It's basically these three columns stacked onto one. That's all that happens.
Perfect. Good deal. Okay.
Yeah. Simple. Just a couple other ideas I like to throw out here. Now we've talked about the revenue opportunities. I think there's like a lot of opportunities to save costs. Maybe even in your print process. So like if we could help you set up a reverse publishing workflow, our system is definitely capable because it integrates with InDesign.
Okay. All right.
So if you wanted to look at like something like this down the road, this is for probably not initially, because we'll start you off with the full service just to get things running. Okay. And then once the site is performing, then maybe we can talk about optimizing things. But the idea is with this is the whole CMS, your whole workflow is in the cloud. And so you can edit, everyone is editing the stories just directly on the website so they can publish in real time. That's probably the biggest benefit. And then you can email articles into the website so they publish. You can just send an email from your phone. And it's that dialed in and integrated.
Okay.
Then at the end of the week, you export all the stories. Every headline, image, and caption, it's exported in bulk, and then you can do your layout in InDesign.
Really?
Yeah. Really, yeah. That's kind of like phase 2, I think, because so many of our customers are still in phase 1, which is great, full service. That works for them. And they're making money on the site, and it's, why change? But if you wanted to make things run more efficiently, you could change the process there. But yeah, that's something for down the road, I think. It's just the most efficient way to produce a paper. Like if you could intelligently design a new workflow, with all the technology you have today, this is what it would be.
Right.
It's kind of hard to argue with that. But we have evolved to the point that we're at now where it's, all centered around the print edition still. The website's an afterthought. But the cool thing is we can totally support that, if you want to stay doing that for the time being, either way. And, it's totally turnkey. So that's why we approach it this way. Here's the other thing you can do is integrate with Google Docs. I always like to let people know about this. Just in case anyone on your staff, this would be, again, for phase 2.
Right.
Trying to increase efficiency. We're not going to worry about this at first. But if anyone on your staff uses Google Docs, by any chance, do you happen to know if anyone does? Just to draft up the stories?
Not that I know of, we do.
Okay, well, it's just an option that, it would be available, in case anyone wanted
Right.
to do that, because then that way they can, still write all their stories where they want, and then just with one click send the article to the website. It's kind of like the emailing the article into the website concept.
Sure.
We're just making it as easy as possible to get it into the website, so then we can bulk export it for the reverse publishing.
Okay, great.
That's just an extension of that. And you've got 8 papers, so if you had 8 different sites, multi-site publishing could really come in handy, because you publish a breaking story on one site, and then with just checking boxes for all the stories you want to share it on and clicking one button, it copies the article on the other sites.
So do you have any sites that, like, there's a master site, and then all the other papers underneath link into that master site?
Yeah, actually, there is a site that comes to mind that joined recently is Lake Norman Publications. I'll send you their links. Make a note of that. They are a group of 4 papers, and they have a master site where they do exactly this.
Okay.
It's reverse publishing, where there's a master site. It just kind of broadcasts it out.
Master site or umbrella site, what they call, or whatever, So.
Right, exactly, umbrella site. Right, so we could have one for the media group, and then all the individual titles. Yep.
That's what I did with the group of papers that I had over, well, actually in Indiana, Illinois. The umbrella site is called newsbug.info, I believe. And then and within that site, on the navigation, you can go to either one of the newspapers you want to go to then. And each one of them have a site by themselves then. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, I see this. Yep, that's exactly right. So, this will just save time, automatically posts a story in the same category on the receiving site. So it just kind of organizes everything pretty automatically. And that's okay. So that's the whole presentation. That's you actually, I customized it a little bit for you, but I mean, you are really just it's a perfect fit for our model, I think, for full service to start you off with.
I like it.